I'm really excited for this expert insight. There is tons of information that is really relevant to you. I was lucky to bring in Corey Jacobs. Corey is a highly successful medical sales rep and a very successful sales trainer. He's an intelligent, thoughtful, methodical, hard-working sales rep. He is a kind person. He is very giving, and I really enjoyed our conversation, and I know you will too. He graduated from the University of West Georgia. He did not immediately become a medical sales rep, but he did jump into healthcare sales. He worked for a recruitment agency where he found his way into a position where he was actually meeting with the top executives of hospitals and selling them on the recruitment services. Having been in that space for years, he was then recruited by a medical sales company and took the leap, where he's been extremely successful. And 2 out of those 3 years, he's been a part of the President's Club, which essentially recognizes you for being a part of the top sales reps in the entire country. But what makes his insights so powerful is the fact that he started his own sales training company, an organization in which he consulted sales teams, both small and large organizations, to pay him tens of thousands of dollars to come in and speak to their team either for a day or for a few days, and had also online platforms and has trained countless people over the years. He has trained them on sales skills, mindset, and more. The more I talk to him, the more I discover. I still have more to discover, but there is so much information packed in our conversations. I'm really excited for you to listen in on my conversations with Corey Jacobs. For the conversations that we've had, I really enjoy it because it's a mix of like motivational, but there's like method to where how you think and the process in which you go about it. Your advice in selling is, I think, top tier, and it's so funny hearing you talk about it because it's always in line with those tenets that I've learned from some of the best reps that I've ever seen, and what they do is different than the rest, and that's why they are where they are. And every time we talk, the conversation always leads to these lessons that I've learned from those guys or from observing them.
Um, Speaking of that, I will not be in the top 10 this year. And it's a struggle, and that's something, we can talk about. Like, I've had 3 extremely good years, 2 incredible years. And nature of the industry is, if you're not filling your pipeline because you're working on large deals and implementing, if you're not keeping something I realized, and there is ebbs and flows to this, and you've got to be willing to deal with it. I will not make the money I made the last 2-3 years this year, but I will set myself up for the following year. I'll be set up, and it's okay. I'm not going to get fired because of it. I'm still producing, right? I'm working just as hard as I have been without the instant gratification. So again, analogy for life, it's like teaching me a lot of
Yeah.
lessons.
I love that you said that. So there is a commonality amongst the best sales reps that I've seen when it comes to their method and their approach. First off, they all have a mindset, a game plan of how it works, a repeatable process that they have to stay focused on throughout the quarter or the year in order to be successful. And it all revolves around funnel management, your prospecting, and your how you're working on how you're building your leads up. And so, for one example, this highly successful Mako sales rep out of Florida, he was always certain, like, I might not hit quote every year, but I'm going to smash it at the very least every other year, because he's strategic about. Now, I'm not saying it's the right way to go about it,
No,
but he's
I
like,
know
if
what you
I know
mean.
I'm not
Yeah.
going to hit quota, then I'm going to really, really focus on building my funnel as big as I can with quality conversations, because it takes a while to sell a robot, not a couple of days or even a couple months. So that next year I'm going to have a massive amount of robotic sales. So could you dive into kind of like funnel management,
Sure.
building the funnel?
Yeah. I'm gonna be transparent for your audience. I can't stand it. Like, as far as like putting data entry, but that the data entry side of it, the Salesforce side, whatever CRM, I can't stand it. But as far as my process, I am always filling my pipeline. I want something in every stage, because you have to. You have to. If you've got things closing and you don't have things in at target, active, upside, you're going to have the year I'm having right now, which is only hunting, and it feels like a
Right.
scramble. I'm setting myself up for next year, but you don't want to do that. You always want to be ahead. You always want to be
Yeah.
ahead. It is sales 101 to make sure that you have something in every stage. And you do that, or at least I do that by managing my time. Am I always compliant with it? Absolutely not. But I do have a measurement, X amount of times a week I need I got to focus on my top 10, my top 30, my top 50, which my top 10 I have opportunities at, but my top 20 I might have just conversations. My top 50 I may not have anything. So I need to actively be in those accounts or calling those accounts and have them on some sort of monthly rotation.
Yes.
It is vital that you manage your pipeline by time, by managing your time.
Yes. So yeah, managing the last thing that you want to be doing is to, and every sales rep's been there and they hate it, where they're forcing a conversation or they're forcing a sale faster than it should be moving. And now you get that ick feeling when you're with your customers. And in reality, if you had a really nice pipeline, you wouldn't be forcing them to be getting to a decision before you should. We need more meetings. We need some more education. I need to pull more data, make you feel like this is the right solution. I know it is for you, but you don't yet. But now I'm trying to force it upon you because I don't have anything else to sell this year because I've made that mistake. And so I think everyone scrutinizes themselves and they never think they're doing a perfect job. And one of the things I did was I would go, lead, prospect, and kind of line up where they're at until close. And I had a whiteboard. And if certain columns were missing, right? And I know that I need to spend more time here or there, or my leads are kind of drying up or haven't even spoken to my leads. I'm focusing on closing deals, which is what we need to do or what our managers want us to do. But in reality, I have to care about the whole thing. Because if there's any gaps in my pipeline, then I'm making a mistake.
That's another one, Pedro. Make it visual. Make it visual. Make it yours. Make it visual, whether it's an Excel file. I have whiteboards. You can't see it, but I have whiteboards and I have visual pipeline as well. Again, it's the Salesforce and that data entry. I get hand slapped all the time for not updating it. But I have my own things going on and that I'm as far as my pipeline management. But yeah, I think making sure you spend time in your accounts, whatever that is. So trying to push a deal fast and making it, knowing that, hey, this is a better product for you, a better solution. You already know it, but making it their idea, and I think I said it at the beginning, is vital to the process. And you pushing the deal fast because you're struggling, it's going to ruin it. You're going to spiral. And just go in and do education. Whatever. Hey, don't go. To combat that, some feedback my boss gave me was, Corey, once a week or once a month, I want you to go talk to an account without you needing anything. Give them something. Go just ask them. You're always, you have great relationships, Corey, but one piece of advice is you're always talking business. Go in and do something for them. And that also helps me get into the accounts, right? So I'm like, hey, can I go just provide some education? Hey, what do you need? Can I just come by and say hello? Can I bring you by some educational booklets, or can I provide lunch and do an education for you guys and ask for nothing? And it actually gets me in there a little faster.
Asking for nothing, educating, making yourself a trusted consultant, someone that they can rely on for solid information, who genuinely cares about their issues, whether your product can find a solution or not. They're going to remember that in the long term.
Yes.